Do you know that feeling as a book collector where you kind of almost just like give up and you just start stacking the books in front of the bookcases? Yeah, I was there for September 2021, but let's go ahead and talk about September of 2022. Hey, what's up, bookworms? Mike back with another book haul, this time for September of 2022. Guys, I got a ton of stuff from people this month, and it's no better time to talk about it, right? But we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it, guys. But beginning like usual, let's go ahead and talk about those digital purchases that I always tell you count, because I do believe that they do. Now, I had to get a couple that I'm doing for spooky season, so Let the Right One In, obviously, by John Lindqvist. That is one that I'm going to be doing here in October, and I did not have the physical one, so I said I'll go ahead and obviously buy the digital one, and that's going to be happening here very, very soon. Can't wait to do it because I did love that movie. Also, another one I had to go ahead and get was The Fireman by Joe Hill. The only thing I have on physical by Joe Hill is Lock and Key. I always said that I wasn't going to start collecting his stuff like I collect his dad's, and so I just never have. But I never really did get that one on physical. So again, guys, I have no problems with digital books. Obviously, when you're sitting here complaining, you open up your video complaining about space. You want to start getting more things on digital, and that is what I am doing. And lastly, something not for spooky season. This should be something that maybe I'll be starting in January, February, because they are going to be doing a read-along on my Discord. I really did like Hellmouth by Giles Christian, and everyone told me how much I love Warlord Chronicles, especially my guy Patrick really hyped up the Lancelot Camelot books by Giles Christian. So he's got his own take on the Arthurian legend. So I obviously can never get enough of the Arthurian legend, so I went ahead and picked these up. As far as that read-along, just kind of depends, guys. I have said I'm not going to kind of marry myself to read-alongs anymore because I feel like it gets to the point where you're like, why am I not reading what I want? So I'm trying to get away from that. But I also am very intrigued because, like I said, I did love Warlord Chronicles. I did really enjoy Hellmouth, and I'd like to give Mr. Christian's stuff another try. He's a very, very friendly guy on Twitter, by the way. He will talk to you there. He's a very, very nice guy. But most people tune into a video like this, guys, to see the physical stuff. So let's go ahead and talk about that now. My physical purchases for the month. I did go ahead and complete the Greenbone Saga. I had to wait for this version. In the States, it was the third one was out on trade paperback because everybody saw an older video and they're like, we talked about it's already out, and I went ahead and ordered it and it didn't fit the other two. So I had to wait for the United States version of the Orbit trade paperback to get it to match the other two on my shelf. So great series, guys. I actually talked to finally on the channel this month. Awesome human being. I can't say enough great things about her. I can't say enough great things about the series. I think anyone probably will enjoy the series, so pick it up if you have not. And, of course, there was a new Stephen King book that came out this month. And early front runner, not early, it's pretty late in the year, Mike. I think this might be my favorite cover that has come out this year because I think this cover is just divine. You guys don't even know if you can't hold it in your hand and see that this stuff is all like embossed. It's gorgeous, guys. It's just a gorgeous cover. I've heard some people say they think the UK cover is better. I don't see it. This cover is amazing. And usually the UK covers are better than the US covers. But in this case, I think we got the better one here. Got a lot of stuff from some indie authors this month, guys. And what I always tell you is that I don't really know very much about these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you the cover. I'm going to put the link in the description down below if you want to check out their work. I encourage you to do that, just like I always encourage independent authors to chase their dreams. As I said, nothing but positivity from me in that. First up, we got The Ambitions of Abaddon and Sugar Babe. This is from Christian H. McGee. Yeah, it's an interesting cover, isn't it? Next, I have Red Space Rising. This one is from Brian Trent. Now, this one actually came from the publisher, but it didn't come with a note or anything like that, so I'm going to assume it came from the publisher. That is Flame Tree Press and not the actual author. But first thing I saw was like, it's like a Red Rising spinoff, it looks like. If Only a Heart by Caleb Stevens. And this was pretty cool. He actually sent me some nice decals, which my kids have already took claim to stake to. Got two of them here, really cool. But my oldest, he loves to anything with like skulls and like Cthulhu and things like that. Even though he's never read Cthulhu, he doesn't even know what it's about. He just thinks it looks cool, which is fine by me because he's not wrong. But anything that looks kind of Lovecrafty, he wants to put on his little bookcase he has by his bed. And then my youngest is just trying to copy him, so he's been putting these all over his dresser. And my wife is not happy about that. But I'm like, hey, we're not having any more kids, so unless there's a miracle of science that happens. So it's fine by me. We don't have to give that dresser to anybody else. The Shores of Destiny, Book 7 Now, I'm probably going to butcher this name, Toshiniri Hichi, I believe. Now, he sent me a letter here saying that this is his first book in a series. I see it says book 7. So I'm not sure if he's doing like that Star Wars thing. You know, he's starting like 4, 5, 6 kind of deal. I'm not really sure what to say about it. So, like I said, I encourage you to check that out yourself and get a definitive answer. This is from Mike Molman. This is Becoming a Druid. Yes, and again, I appreciate any time I get a handwritten letter from someone. It's much more personal than getting a publisher's flyer. And getting a handwritten letter is very, very personal. I appreciate that. Also from Mike, to speak with elders. I don't know if these are the same. Yes, I do. It says on the back, they do Protectors of Brittany, book 1 and book 2. So I don't know if that series is complete or not. So again, check that out on your own. Another stack here got from Jason Timothy Martin. Sorry, guys, I forgot my glasses downstairs, and I forgot to get them before I started recording. This is Witches in the Morgue, and again, another nice handwritten letter. I do appreciate everything you said there. Then we got the Horror of Narcothal. Norcathal? I'm not really sure. This is L.W. Gullison. This one came without a note, so again, I just assume it is from the author. This is from Don Dula, The Awari Paradox. Very cool cover. Like that quite a bit. And then this last one's here, guys. This is from the author named Christopher Brenning. Now, this is an author that Andrew's Wizardly Reads kind of introduced us on social media, and we started chatting a little bit, and he offered to send these to me. Honestly, his author photo, I thought that was a character in the books. The dude looks like straight up Viking, so I feel like, hey, this guy knows what he is writing about, right? But this series is called The Hellborn King. Book 2 just came out, so he sent me both of those. So I appreciate that very much. Andrew has nothing but great things to say about the series. He says he thinks that I will love it quite a bit. So I appreciate Andrew, obviously, for making that introduction, and Christopher, of course, for sending that to me, and everyone for sending me things this month. Like I said, I'm afraid I don't have very much to tell you guys about these things, but please do click the links below and check out their stuff and see if it might be something that you are interested in. Because what I always say about independent authors is every author that we love right now was someone that was trying to trying to break it big with a publisher and trying to become a major published author. So everyone has to start somewhere. And as always, guys, chase your dreams. I appreciate you. How about some stuff from some viewers here? This is from Jason. He's the one, I think, last month that sent me the Red Rising board game, and he had told me about some Troy Denning stuff that he wanted me to try. Well, he sent me some. This is called, the Dark Sun series. Very cool covers. Looks very John Carter of Mars. I don't know. I've never heard of this series before, but the artwork is just awesome. I love it. I love these old beat up paperbacks. Honestly, I'm a real big about not breaking my spines and stuff like that. But if you look at like my Star Wars EU books, I don't know. They look like they've been through a war together, which I think is very representative, especially of the new Jedi Order stuff. But yeah, these look like they've seen some love. So I do appreciate that, Jason. Really, really cool. And speaking of Star Wars, Troy Denning, the only thing I've really read by him is Star Wars stuff. But Jason here has had nothing but good things to say about him a couple times now. Got a couple of spooky season reads from another Jason. It turns out Jason is a very, very popular name, you guys. It's almost like there's more than one person named Mike out there. First, he sent me a bookmark, and I can never have enough of those. I love me some good bookmarks. But this is Kill Creek, and another Complete Tales of Lovecraft edition. And the thing is I have a version of the Complete Tales of Lovecraft. It's called the Necronomicon. But this is so, so cool. And like I said, my kid has found a great interest in Lovecraft stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead, Jason, thank you, and just kind of slip this on his bookcase and think that hopefully one day he'll be like I was. And just his curiosity will get the better of him, and he will fall down that cosmic rabbit hole. That is my belief. So thank you very, very much, Jason. That's a really, really awesome gift. And a happy spooky season to you as well. If you guys have been keeping up with book hauls, you know that Joseph has been really awesome and keeps sending me these James Bond Folio Societies a little bit at a time. I think that is just incredibly generous of you, because Folio Society obviously does amazing work, and I haven't even opened this one yet. It's just how busy I've been, and I'm not really reading these at the moment. I'm going to try to get back to Live and Let Die this fall, but they're beautiful. Folio Society does incredible work, and the fact that Joseph keeps sending these to me, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much, my man. You are truly a blessing, because I know Folio stuff is not cheap. So I really do appreciate you, and they look beautiful on the shelf. I'll tell you what, me and him follow each other on Instagram. I'm going to take a picture of them on the shelf, and I'm going to send them to you, my man, because I do appreciate you building this little collection here for me. It's very, very kind. One of my new patrons, I don't know how to say the name, because I think it's a nickname. It's IEO Not Sir, IE Not Senior. I'm not really sure. I'll put the name there below. But he sent me Dirk Gently by Douglas Adams. And the thing about this is that I love Hitchhiker's Guide. I've read all 5 of those books numerous times, but I've never actually done any other Douglas Adams. So Dirk Gently is one, when I talked about Hitchhiker's Guide on the channel, that a lot of people really recommended to me. So if it's got half of the comedic genius that Hitchhiker's Guide does, this should be a fun read, but a very, very nice collection here. You know, nice omnibus, got the whole series in a nice hardcover wrapper. That's things that I'm very, very excited. So thank you, however you say your name. I do appreciate it, and thank you for the support as always. You are really, really awesome. I did get Storm of the Century. This one is from Jay. I said that he didn't know if I already had this. Well, Jay, I do have this. However, my version is kind of beat to hell, and this is a nice, crisp new version. So this is going to replace my old version, and I do have enough constant readers on the Discord that I'm going to send someone else my old one, so I do appreciate the upgrade. It's very, very cool. And the thing about this is that is one of my wife's favorite movies. She loves Storm of the Century. She thinks it's one of the coolest stories. So she actually saw this. She's like, oh, it's like a screenplay. I think I could check that out. So she's very excited to look into that. So thank you for the upgrade. This one's from Ron. It's kind of a Elseworld kind of story for DC Comics. Dark Knights of Steel, kind of a different take on the DC Comics legend, kind of mixing it with like some Arthurian legend and stuff like that, as you can see on the back here. Very, very cool stuff. I think that no one does alt history better than DC Comics. I think they've done some really, really cool stuff. Obviously, they've always had like the Earth 2 or 3, stuff like that. Just the Elseworld stuff is always a really, really cool idea. It's a fun sandbox, I think, for authors to play in, because they don't have to be bound by any continuity. They can kind of do whatever they want. I did get another digital thing. This was actually from one of my patrons, Terry, from the land down under. He sent me the 3rd book in Lotlands by Jonathan French. I do plan on reading that this fall. That is, early next spring. Actually, that's a Free Bastards, book number 3 in that series. He saw in the last book haul where I said I still didn't get that one yet, so he went ahead and gifted me book number 3 on digital. You know what? The shipping was much, much cheaper, right, Terry? If you ever try to send me a physical copy of that from Australia, it probably wouldn't have really been worth it. So I think that was a very, very genius plan. So I do appreciate that. Heidi actually sent me something really awesome here. Sent me a nice card, obviously, and I do. Again, guys, anytime someone's going to take this time to put pen to paper and write me something, it means the world. Just like if they send me something Tolkien related, she sent me a 2023 calendar just on the worlds of Tolkien and Middle Earth, and that is going to look damn fine in my office up at work, because everybody at work already thinks I'm a big dork for having that Star Wars calendar, and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, well, check this out. This is even dorkier. So it's going to be a great time. So thank you. 2023 is going to look beautiful at my desk at work. I cannot wait. There is a couple of more things here, guys. My pen pal Judy continues to be amazing, as always. Sends me a monthly letter and tells me what she likes of what I'm doing on the channel. And again, it never gets old. Thank you, Judy. You are the best. Sent me a nice Barnes & Noble gift card. I got those piled up now. I think I should go get me another one of those Vinland Saga hardcovers or something like that with those that you sent me like I did last time. I do appreciate that, and I love you to pieces. Thank you so much for everything that you say and send to me. Is just the ultimate amount of kindness. This is from Dustin. He watched my the movies that I said I was going to watch with my kids this year, and I guess maybe he thought I was getting a little too heavy. I need to get something more fun for the family, and he sent me this movie called The Little Vampire, old DVD. You guys remember DVDs? Yeah, I do. But believe it or not, guys, you know what? Your PS4 or PS5 or whatever PlayStation or Xbox you have, they still play DVDs. I don't know if people remember these things, but my oldest was like, that looks weird, but my youngest was like, yeah, let's watch that right now. So we are going to try to sneak that in. We're supposed to be watching Addams Family today, and then maybe we'll probably sneak this in after. That's the kid from Jerry Maguire. I remember him from that, but I've never seen actually this movie. So thank you, Dustin. It's a really great idea of a nice family movie to watch. Got some really cool bookends from Bernadette over at Giovanno. They have several really awesome bookends at Giovanno. They got, dogs, cats, skulls, gnomes, anything. But for me, what caught my eye was the space stuff. Obviously, guys, I'm a huge NASA fan. I live in Houston. So NASA, SpaceX, all that stuff is stuff that I am very, very interested in, obviously. And I saw these bookends, and I said, I have got to get these. These are absolutely amazing. They are incredibly well crafted. They are actually walking on the moon. I don't know if you can see that there. It's really, really awesome. Obviously, I don't have the book space, but I'm thinking about putting these up on the top of one of these bookshelves and putting some stuff in between there, some collector's editions or something, maybe some really cool sci-fi books, and putting them up there with these guys here. So this is really, really awesome stuff. And I just watched For All Mankind, and I'm like, yeah, that looks like the spacesuit's on For All Mankind. So awesome stuff. Thank you, Bernadette. She actually wanted me to share a promo code with you guys, and I've got that down in the description below. If you guys want to check out their store and a promo code for my viewers only, where you can get a discount on some of those. And again, they are of the highest quality. I think you will really, really like them if you go ahead and check that out. Now, I have one more thing before I go, guys, and it is a big one. So you guys know I always say that, I am interested in trying more manga, but I've said that this is never going to become like a manga channel and stuff. And after I talked about Berserk, I could have easily, guys, made that transition like some bigger booktubers have and said, you know what, if really all this site is important to me is building this channel is about getting views, then yeah, I could have made this transition to manga. However, I will say that as much as I said other manga series have some of the most aggressive and kind of mean fans ever, some of the ones that have been really, really the nicest to me have been the ones in my Berserk videos. And the recommendation that I got in my Berserk videos a lot was for the series called Vagabond. Well, Nathan was incredibly generous to me with Vagabond, and he sent me 10 omnibuses, guys. I don't think I can even lift all these. And I know they're not in order, and it's probably driving some people crazy. But, I just grabbed them now off the shelf. These are all in perfect condition. He sent me just an awesome letter. By the way, your handwriting is flawless. That is awesome, awesome stuff, Nathan. But I don't know what to say about something like this, guys, because these are all going on eBay for insane amounts of money. Because I think it was a very limited run. And the only reason I know that, guys, no, I wasn't looking to sell them. Obviously not. I'm a collector. He sent me 1 through 10, and I was like, has that all of them? Apparently there's 11 and 12. So I just wanted to look up getting them 11 and 12, and they were stupid expensive. And everybody told me, yeah, that guy that sent you those could have probably got a lot of money for those. So the fact that he wanted to send them to me instead is just an awesome, awesome gesture. I don't know what to say, man. These are beautiful collections, and I have not heard one person say anything bad about the series, and it's pretty much unanimous. They all think that I am going to like this series. So it wouldn't be anything I'm getting to right now. I know there was another viewer who sent me, the complete series like this of 20th Century Boys, and I want to do that first. But this definitely is going to cut in line now because, I love reading out of physical stuff, guys. I know I've talked to some people when it comes to manga and comic books, they think if you're reading them on digital, it's kind of like a sin. I love it because it really is just so high res. You can zoom in on everything. It's just beautiful. But these guys, I don't know if this is what it looked like on original release or not, but the art is just so clear and so clean, so high definition that it's stunning. I can't wait to read this. This looks just phenomenal. I can't wait to get into this. But again, Nathan, this is just an incredibly awesome gesture. I appreciate everything you said in the letter and what's going on in your life and things like that. Nothing but wish you the best, obviously, with that. And again, I'm just kind of overwhelmed with a gift like this. It's always just amazing. It blows me away, the generosity that I have found from people since I started this channel. And I think it's just amazing, because I think we get this attitude of everyone on the internet as a jerk. But, since I've started this channel, I have met some of the most kind and generous people ever. And the fact that viewers will send me stuff like this and all these things I've talked about this video just continues to make my heart swell up 3 times. I appreciate everything, guys. Y'all are awesome. You're beautiful. I love you to death. Thank you for everything. And I don't want you to ever think I take any of this stuff for granted. It means a ton. Like I said, I know I make a big deal about getting handwritten letters. To me, that's just something, as a Gen Xer that I feel like people don't do anymore. That was the only way we had to keep in touch with, distant people in the past, growing up. That was the only way we were able to keep in touch with people. So the fact that that's a thing of the past and people will actually take their time to do that today, it means the world to an old fogey like myself. But guys, that was September. Is there anything that you guys added to your library? Why don't you go ahead and drop in the comments and let me know. And let me know what you think about any of these things. And I can't wait to talk to you there.